Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. This is our video number 2. Inshallah, we are focusing on Tajweed rules. So these are different series that we've been starting, inshallah, and we're focusing on how to recite the Qur'an with proper pronunciation, proper Tajweed rules. What does that mean? For each letter of the Qur'an, we have to give it its proper pronunciation and where that letter is coming out from articulation point from the mouth. Is it from the hollowness of the mouth? Is it from the tongue? Is it from the throat? Is it behind the teeth? What do we do with it? Do we hold on to it? Do we prolong it? Is it something that's short? So these are all the things that applies to Tajweed rules. All right, so this lesson, inshallah, we're going to be focusing on the word is called qalqala. Okay, and I will tell you what that means. Qalqala. Okay, or we can just say qalqala. All right, so this al-qalqala means, or qalqala means to something that like has a jerking sound, like or has something that it kind of moves like this, like a vibration. Okay, so that would be in the sound when you're pronouncing certain letter, that's going to be in there. Okay, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 letters that consist of qalqala. So anytime we come across these 5 letters, we know right away that these are qalqala letters, and then we have to do one of the 3 things. And there I'll be talking about the 3 different types of qalqala that we have. But first, let's write the 5 letters that applies to qalqala. So we have qaf, ta, ba, jim, and dal. Qaf, ta, ba, jim, and dal. Okay, these are the huruf for qalqala. Anytime we come across these, there's going to be some kind of qalqala, meaning that there's going to be a jerking sound, right? Okay, now there's 3 types of qalqala. We have 3 types. 3 types of qalqala. Now, let's see how I'm going to do this so we can keep it. Okay. All right. So the first one we have that it's light. Okay. And then this is the middle. And then this is strongest. Actually, I should remove the middle. I should put strong. And then this is the strongest. So we have the light, strong, and strongest. Now let's write the in Arabic. So the light would be khafif. Strong would be, now here we're going to write it as wusta, meaning it's like middle. It's not light and it's not strongest. It's in the middle. It's wusta. And then the strongest would be shadid. Shadid, meaning it's the strongest. Okay, you can see everything. All right, good. So now, when we talk about the light qalqala, this category always comes in the middle of the sentence or the ayah. So let's divide this. Oh, my ink is like running out. Okay. Okay. So we have the word صدرك. صدرك. And so here, if you look, we have the dal. That's one of the letters from qalqala. So when we come across this, we know that dal is from the qalqala letters. So we have to, then there's sukun on it. So that means we have to do something. So this is in the middle of the word. So when it's in the middle of the word, this is the lightest one. This is khafif, meaning it's light. So what does that mean? That means when you're reading it, you're not shaking it too much. It's just like a little shake, and then you move, right? You move on. So how we read this as صد صدرك صدرك, right? صد صد صدرك. He was very light. صدرك, and the comes up because there's a sukun on it, so it just kind of it bounces, right? It like that. So it's صد صد صدرك صدرك, right? So now we have the next one. We're gonna continue on the light side. Let's just do this one. أطعمهم. Hopefully I can fit all of them in here. أطعمهم. Okay. Again, here's the ta. Ta is huruf of qalqala, and it is in the middle of the word. So now we're gonna give the qalqala, but it's very light. أطع 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 أطعمهم أطعمهم أطعمهم, right? Just for a little emphasis, so we know that how to pronounce it is أطع أطع أطعمهم, right? Okay, the next one we have is al-abtar. Let's see if we can fix it here. Can you guys see? Yeah. I apologize. It's the board. That's all I have in the board. All right. So we have the word al-abtar. So we have the word, not the word, the letter ba. We can see that's the letter ba, and then ba is huruf of qalqala. And again, this is in the middle of the word. So we're going to pronounce it, but it's going to be a light, khafif pronunciation. Al-ab, ab, ba, ba, al-abtar, al-abtar, right? We have to do that because if we just say al-abtar, we are not giving the proper qalqala. We must give that little bouncing, right, before we move on. Al-ab, al-abtar. Okay, so these were all the examples for the light qalqala. Now we have the wusta, which is the strong, but it's middle. It's not either this or that. It's in the middle. It's wusta. That is what wusta means, meaning it's middle. So now these two categories, most of the time they come at the end of an ayah, or it's at the end of the it's in the end of the ayah. So let's give the examples for the strong. First of all, we have the word ahad. Aha. So now we have here dal. It's huruf of qalqala. Huruf, I say huruf, that means it's letters. It's one of the letters of qalqala. Ahad. So now here we have to, when we stop on it, it's a little bit stronger. It's not as light as this when we were reading these, but this dal, it becomes a little bit stronger. Okay, so like, and we have Qul huwallahu ahad, ahad, right? That's how we stop on it. Ahad. That is wusta qalqala because it's at the end, and then it's pronounced a little bit heavier. Wusta. Okay. The next one we have is as-samad. Samad. Okay, so we have the dal. Now, if you're reading as-samad do and then something else is coming after it, you're not doing qalqala here. Only when you're stopping, the qalqala comes out, right? But if this is like in this and then right after there's something else, you're just reading the dal as is because there's a dhamma on it. As-samadu, right? And then it goes on something else. But if we're stopping here, then the qalqala comes out. So then if we stop, then it becomes as-samad, as-samad, d, as-samad, right? That is the dal. Ahad, ahad, as-samad. Okay, that's the wusta qalqala. And then the last one we have is, yeah, we can see that. Hasada. But here's the dal again. When we stop on it, it becomes hasad, hasad, right? Hasad. You have to give the space of the dal. All right. Now we come to the strongest. There's a nice little clue for the strongest. If you see that, you know that, okay, that's the strongest. What is that little clue? There's always going to be a shidda on there, on the word. Okay, so that kind of gives you, okay, that's the strongest. So I have to like really, really emphasize it. Okay, so like in the word wal hajj. Let's see. Yeah, you guys can see that. Wal hajj. Wal hajj. Now there's the shadda, and then there's the fatha on it. So you see, but you see the shadda right there. And then if we stop on it, if we stop that, then we have to give it the strongest qalqala because there's a shadda on it. And jim is, what is it? It's a huruf of qalqala. There's the jim. Okay. So when we come across this, and then it's at the end of usually if it's at the end of the ayah or if it's in the end of the surah, whatever, it's at the end, then we read it as wal hajj, wal hajj, wal hajj. See how much more stronger this than this? Ahad, ahad, al hajj, al hajj, right? Because there's two jims and there's shadda, so we have to really give the space for two of the jims in here. The next one we have is al-haqq. Let's see if we can move some of this. Al-qaf, and then there's shadda and fatha on it. So same way, qaf is the huruf of qalqala. There's the qaf. And then we're going to recite it as al-haqqa, al-haqqa. So you're holding the qaf and then, but you're going to let it go. Al-haqqa, al-haqqa, al-hajja, al-hajja, right? All right, next word we have, let's see, we have barely the space here. وتب shadda and fatha. Okay, watabba. All right, so this is the letter ba. Ba is one of the huruf of qalqala. So, and then but it has a shadda on it, so we have to read it as watabba, watabba. You're holding it and then you let go. Watabba, right? So these are the strongest because this your clue, there's a shadda on these letters. Anytime you come across these letters, qaf, wa, ba, jim, and dal, which is qutb jad, shorter version, you can just read it as qutb jad. And this is easy because there's a shadda on it, so you know that this is the strongest. And it comes at the end of the ayah. This one, these also come at the end, but there are no shaddas in here. So there's just the letter itself, but it's at the end. So you have to give it, this is the medium version. The lightest one is, it's in the middle of the word. So that should be easy to identify because it's in the middle of the word. And the dal and ta and ba, these are all the huruf of qalqala. So I think this is all we have for the as far as qalqala goes, the qalqala letters. These are only the 5 letters that has to deal with qalqala. So anytime you come across these letters, qaf, ta, ba, jim, and dal, it's automatically, we know that we have to do something here. And if the Quran that mushaf that you're reciting, it's not highlighted, then now inshallah you know that these letters are, when they're coming, we gotta give the space for all of them, inshallah. All right, until I think this is it for this qalqala, because I don't want to get too many things mixed up in here. So inshallah, I'm gonna try to do, probably bring some examples from the Quran on the next lesson, inshallah, and I will write it on the board, and then we will try to point out going forward slowly, because we just covered our first lesson, which was nun mushaddada bi ghunna and then mim mushaddada bi ghunna. So we want to give examples that has that example in it, and those words are in it, and also the qalqalas are there. So hopefully then we can point out which is which, and then we can recite it as we move forward and tackle the other ones. All right, until next lesson, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.